Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 4 of Ftrain Live. And we are here. We are really happy to be here, and thank you guys all so much for watching. Really appreciate all the views on the video. It's really awesome to see that kind of reaching a wider audience. And worked out earlier today, and it was a pretty good workout. I did like some squatting and some single lat pull down kind of thing, and like some seated rows kind of exercise, and did just some bicep curls, some preacher curls. Did a whole lot of exercises, and you did like some what are they called, like the kind of like you push like forward with your legs, so I kind of did that machine. But yeah, it was a good time. I just like working out, and it just really gives me a lot of it gives me some endorphins, and I'm like, oh, okay, I feel pretty good about that. And so yesterday was a pretty good day. Like I've been clean and sober now for like 78 days or something, like 70 some days. And so that's been really good, and I've really just liked kind of staying sober and being sober, because what I realize is that this is the longest stretch of time that I've been sober ever, because obviously I was sober when I was a kid. I had never done drugs before, but then I started using drugs for 7 years, and now I'm clean and sober, and it feels really good. And what I realized, I had a really kind of over dependence on substance and on things, and kind of have learned to appreciate the immaterial and the ethereal world a lot more, and kind of like the negative space, I guess you could say. But yeah, so life has just been really good, and I've really been happy about everything that's going on, and kind of just been working through a lot of tough things lately, and I've just been really grateful for all the really smart people in my life that have helped me, kind of become the good person that I know I am. And that's actually a good bridge to what I realize, is that I know what the right thing is from moment to moment, and I would have slip ups sometimes where I would do the not right thing, and and then I would really beat myself up. But that process of doing something not right and then really just beating yourself up just kind of leads you to doing the wrong thing again. And it's realizing that if you have a slip up, if you do something you're not totally proud of, it's not about beating yourself up and being mean to yourself. It's more about learning from that, and learning okay, I did something that I'm not super proud of. Let's not do that going forward. And then going forward, you can feel a lot better about things in general. And then when you feel really good about things in general, then you're a lot less likely to repeat that bad thing. And yeah, that's the thing. once something's out there, it's kind of out there. And it's not a lot of use in worrying about, okay, like it's out there. When's it gonna come bite me back in the butt? Because if you do that, then you'll spend your whole life just worrying about things outside of your control and things that don't really matter. And so, I guess it's just about focusing on what matters, because when you focus on what matters, that's what really that's when really things can be good. And when things are good and things are like positive and helpful, I think that's where the real growth kind of comes from. And like everyone in my family is doing really good, and we're all just really on a healthier path. And I'm really happy about that. And so it's believing in yourself that where the real growth kind of comes from, and believing in this process and knowing what's right and what's wrong is really the most important thing. So yeah, I'm just really happy with life and happy with everything that's going on. And yeah, for a while, like I was just doubting like everything and doubting my place in the world, and now I'm just a lot more accepting of like, okay, like this is the reality. And I'm a lot more open to like kind of what is, and like how things make me feel. It makes a lot more sense to me. And so yeah, I mean, I'm just really happy, and I'm really happy, like I was saying, like that you guys really like watching these videos, because I really like making them, and I really like sitting down and just talking my thoughts and feelings out, because then afterwards I'm like, oh, phew, like I kind of get some relief. And like I get really worried about like nefariousness like kind of coming back to bite me, because like of something I'll do in the moment. And I don't know, I think I just need to kind of not worry about that as much, because if it happens, it happens, and I'll just kind of have to live with those consequences. And if it happens, then I won't let it bother me. And if it bothers other people, then like I'm really sorry, but I think in my heart that they know I'm a good guy, and so then they know I'm a good guy, and they know Matt's a good guy. And so even though they're like, oh, Matt maybe didn't do something really smart there, they know they can trust that I'm going forward, that I'm gonna make the smart decision, and I am making the smart decisions now. And I'm not letting myself have any more slip ups or mess ups, because I'm at a point where I'm old enough where I'm like, okay, I know what's right and what's wrong. Excuse me. And there's a quote, and it's like, with great power comes great responsibility. And it's kind of realizing that like, okay, like as I'm kind of getting more power over my life and stuff like that, it's up to me to be responsible with that power, and not to like abuse that power for my own benefit. Because when you do, like when you kind of abuse that power, then it tends to kind of get away from you, and you kind of lose sight of what's important. Excuse me. Whew, man, we're going through some emotions right now, guys, but we're moving on. We're keeping it light. We're keeping it cool. We like it. So yeah, life is good and everything is awesome, and I'm just really happy for everyone, and I really pray that everyone has continued success. And yeah, a lot of times, like, a lot of moments would, like, I'd be doing something and then I'd think I'm doing the right thing, but then I'll look back and I feel like I look kind of foolish. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I can't really can't go back in time. Like, it's impossible. So it's better, I think, to just focus on the future and doing the right thing for the future, because like we were talking about in the last episode, like, great men plant the seeds for trees that they know they'll never sit in the shade of. And I think that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to plant the seeds for the for trees that I know I'll never sit in the shade of, and that's okay. And because you can't sit in the shade of all of the great trees, and there's a lot of trees that I'm lucky enough to sit in the shade of, and that's just a really good thing. And another thing we talked about, like, don't let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. And yeah, I think that's another really kind of important thing to keep in mind, because if you let that fear of striking out keep you from playing the game, then you'll never really do anything too great or outstanding. So it's realizing, like, okay, don't let the little things bother you too much, because they're just little things. And it's just kind of realizing, kind of being in this moment as much as possible, that is what really matters. And I got like a doctor's appointment later. It's for virtual, and that should go pretty well. I think my doctor is really awesome and helpful, so I think we'll have a good meeting, and then probably do some more streaming later. And yeah, I'm just really happy that you guys all like watching my videos, because I really like making them, and it's really just been it's a fun process to make these videos and upload them and then see the views go up. It's like, wow, like, there's actually an audience that hears what I'm saying, and it's just so, like, powerful. I'm like, because, like, a lot of times I'll be recording and I'm like, nobody really wants to see this and nobody's gonna watch this. But yeah, I'm like, oh wow, like, people are watching, and I'm like, and it's a good feeling, like, kind of growing the audience and getting the ball rolling, sort of. And that's one thing, I think, like, it's kind of hard to kind of get the ball rolling, and kind of make things work in your favor, because, like, for me, a lot of the times it feels like everything is not in my favor, but I know that's not true, and I know, like, a lot of stuff is in my favor, and a lot of stuff does go my way. So yeah, I think it's taking a moment to be grateful for that is always an important good thing. And yeah, like, I'm just really happy to be here and to have a platform to talk about, like, the issues and stuff that bother me, because like, it's not that a lot of things bother me, but it's just like, okay, well, knowing, like, I can talk about it if I really want to. Like, a lot of people aren't so as lucky to have that, and the fact that I have that is just, like I said, it's great power. It comes great responsibility. So yeah, I mean, I'm taking this one day at a time, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at, like, talking and recording, like, podcasts and stuff like this. So that's really cool. I'm really happy about that. Yeah, and like I was saying, like, I've learned, like, what's appropriate and what's not appropriate to do. So that's really good, and I'm really grateful for that, because for a really long time, like, I was just kind of being like free willy, like, oh, like I could do this, like I would do the right thing for a long time, but then I felt like I could just do the wrong thing, like, all of a sudden. But now I'm like, okay, I know, like, cognitively what I'm doing from moment to moment, and if I do the wrong thing cognitively, like, there's no excuse, like, to be like, oh, like, that happened, kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, it's been there's been ups and downs for sure, like, in this process, and I think it's realizing, like, okay, even though this may seem hard and this may seem boring, like, keep on going, because it can turn around really quickly, and you can realize that, like, when you look back, like, oh, like, I did all those things and they were good. So like, I'm just really happy that I've kind of held myself accountable for the last however long, and it's what I realize is I need to keep on holding myself accountable and not let myself slip into old patterns and old behaviors, and because they're more comfortable and they're what I'm used to, because it's the new ways of thinking that I think are what really matter. And man, like, what I realize is, like, it can seem really hard sometimes to, like, come up with new things to say all the time, like new words, new thoughts. It's hard, like, it's not easy, in my opinion. So I think I need to go a little easier on myself, because a lot of times I'm just like so, like, like, I need to do this, I need to do that, because that's the right thing or that's the wrong thing, and kind of just realize I'm like, okay, this is what it is, like, and that's okay, and it doesn't have to be anything more than what it is. And yeah, I mean, like, this process has really been helpful for me, because it's like, okay, I can sit down and just talk all this stuff out, like, and like, I feel like businesses could see this and be like, oh, Matt seems like a good employee, like, or good worker, and so then we should hire him to be a worker. We could hire him to be like our PR guy, because he is really good with podcasting, and he knows, like, how to talk to people, and how to talk to himself. So yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm like, whoo, wow, like, life is, like, just like this kind of a roller coaster, and a lot of things are happening all at once, and that's one thing I realized. I'm like, wow, like, a lot of things can happen all at once, and like I was saying earlier, like, thank you guys all so much for watching this. Like, it really means the world to me that, like, people that I don't even know, like, are just, like, being like, oh, this Matt guy, he seems pretty cool. Let me sit down and watch him, watch what he has to say, like, because he has really good things to say. So yeah, I mean, that's awesome. That's really cool. I just am, like, in awe of the fact that, like, people I don't even know are, like, being like, oh, let's sit down and watch Matt today. Like, he's got cool things to say, and I'm like, wow, yeah, I guess I do have cool things to say. And so, like, when I realized that, I'm like, okay, like, I got this. I can do life. And yeah, like, for such a long time, it was like, I didn't feel like I could do life, like, but, like, now I'm like, okay, I can do life. I can do it. And I'm a lot less, like, worried about, like, the negative things, and I'm just more focused on the positive. But yeah, like I was saying, like I'll have like slip ups sometimes where like I'll do the wrong thing, and I'm like, but like since yesterday, I've promised myself, I'm like, okay, not doing those wrong things anymore. I'm just doing the right thing, and it feels really good to be like, okay, now I know. Just do the right thing, and don't be messing around trying to qualify the wrong thing as the right thing, because that's just not healthy, and it's not realistic. And I think like literally like doing the wrong thing kind of messes with your brain. Like it kind of confuses your central nervous system into kind of believing like this silly stuff. So yeah, moving on. Like we worked out earlier today. That was great. We got a doctor's appointment later, and we're gonna do that good. That'll go well. And I'm gonna stream later, and that'll be also, I think, pretty interesting and good. So yeah. With the viewership, I'm really happy with some of the views. I think I got like 60 some views on a video. That's really cool. That's like way more than what I had before. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much just for keep on watching, because it's just gonna get better. We're just gonna figure this out more, and we're just gonna kind of keep the ball rolling and stay positive, and keep keep this thing natural, keep this thing in a respectful, appropriate, natural space, because that's what really matters, is keeping things real, keeping things in perspective, keeping things not too wonky or weird, like, because nobody likes that, nobody likes feeling like uncomfortable or worried or weirded out about a situation. We all want to feel normal. We all want to feel like, oh, this is good, like what I'm feeling right now is okay and normal. So I mean, like, if the fact that I can help with that process is really important, and it's also remembering that, oh, like, you could detract from that process too, and like, if like detracting from that process is not good, like, get with the program kind of thing, like be with it, because other people are with it too. And so it's realizing that it's also kind of realizing that there's no like totally normal, like everything is kind of, can be kind of seem a little skewed sometimes, right? So it's working within that sphere of like, okay, you want things to feel good and normal, but also it's not like totally normal, like whatever, like life, I guess. So yeah, life is good. We're working towards our goals, keeping things fresh, keeping things real. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot harder than I even thought to sit and talk for an hour. It's like wow, I didn't realize like how smart a lot of these people are that like can sit and just talk for an hour at a time and just lay out all their feelings and emotions, and they're not afraid to talk about stuff that is like, like not PC or whatever you want to call it, like. So yeah, I mean, like, I'm just really grateful and happy for my life, and I want all the best for you guys, as you know. Like I've said, like, you all are my audience, and you guys are really what's keeping me going, keeping me, kind of with it and fresh. So thank you all so much, seriously, like from the bottom of my heart. Like I really appreciate all the continued support, and yeah, like totally, like comment, subscribe for more, because that really motivates me. And um I love just like sitting here and telling stories and talking about life and what I've got going for the day. And um yeah um yeah, like I to be honest, like I'll just have like some fear sometimes of like the other shoe dropping, like, oh, like life's going really good, but like it's one point, like, oh, boom, that other shoe will drop, and it could get taken away. So it's just like, whew, watch what you're doing, because like, uh, like it could get bad. Things could switch up on you because of what, if directly because of what you do something wrong. So it's like, just watch yourself and be careful, because if you're doing that, then I think you're in a good spot. I think it's going okay. Excuse me. And a lot of that, like, pleasure seeking and like entertainment seeking is okay. It's like it's okay to be like some, but like don't like go too far south, or too not south, but like, like too far into the craziness, because when you do that, it's like, it's not so good, so it's staying in that neutral good zone. That's what it's all about. Because like, when you allow yourself to just kind of indulge a little bit and be like, okay, this is okay for a little bit, then you can kind of go back to the other side and be like, okay, it's okay that I don't have it totally figured out, or I don't have the entertainment objects in my possession, because I can live without it, kind of thing. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like, don't always be seeking like the object of your desire, because if you are, then like you'll always be looking for it, and then you'll never feel like you have it, because like feeling like you kind of have it together is important too, because when you don't feel like you have it totally together and figured out, then you'll kind of feel like lost all the time. And I think I've felt lost for a lot of my life, because I'm always like looking for that next dopamine hit, and that next like feeling of like, oh, I'm good, like I got this. And so then when you kind of give that feeling away and you're like, oh, like, okay, I don't have it, I don't realize it, that's when it comes back to you and you're like, oh, I do get it, I do know what I'm saying, I do understand the reality of this. And it's trusting other people too. That's another important thing, is like trusting others to be good, because they can be good, and that life is good, and their lives are good, and your life is good, and just accepting that, and not always trying to push your perspective of reality onto that person, because a lot of times they don't want it, and they're like, oh, they want their own version of reality. But that's okay. Like, they're another person, and they have their views and thoughts about life, and that's just okay. Like, focus on you, focus on what you can do in this moment to help other people. And yeah, I just feel like for a while, like, I didn't know what it was I want to do, and I think I kind of want to do this. Like, I like just sitting down and talking to you guys. And I'm kind of slowly getting better at it, because like when I first started, I felt like it was really hard, and now I'm like, okay, it's still kind of hard, but it's kind of less hard, less difficult. So that's good. And yeah, like I'll just be talking and sometimes I'm like, I get freaked out by like the sound of my voice, but it's fine. Let's see here. Yeah, so we, like we were just saying, we got some doctor appointment and we worked out earlier and gonna stream later. Those kind of 3 things. Oh yeah, and we were talking about in the last episode, the things that really matter. It's family, friends, working out, taking care of yourself, and taking care of others. In no particular order, those 5 things. Like those are the 5 things that really kind of matter in life and are really, like just important to keep in mind, right? But yeah. So yeah, like I think this might be a little bit of a shorter episode just because I kind of want to prepare mentally for my doctor's appointment at a little later. So yeah, we'll just do like 40 minutes. I want to say that seems good. Excuse me. But thank you guys so much for watching the continued episodes. I'll be releasing another episode. Episode 5 will be coming soon. This is episode 4. Episode 5 will be coming soon. I'll film episode 5 tomorrow. And then, yeah. Thank you guys so much, seriously, for watching. It means so much to me that like people are actually like whoa, like I'm worthy of like people's entertainment, people's watching entertainment, and I'm like whoa. So like when I because like a lot of times I'll be sitting here recording and I'm like nobody's gonna watch this. Nobody like watch that old Matty boy just sit and talk about life. But you guys do. Like there's proof. Like there's views. So I'm like, whoa, like this is awesome. And yeah. And so just from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys. And we're gonna keep this train rolling, and so get ready for that next episode because it's gonna be a good episode. This episode was okay. I think I kind of am a little in my head about just things in general, but it is what it is. This will just be an okay episode. Next episode is gonna be really good, I promise. But yeah, that's a good metaphor for life too. Like some days you just got the okay days, and it's like, all right, no, this is just okay. And then so you might even have some bad days, but you also will have good days. And it's sometimes it's waiting for those good days to manifest that is what really matters. And what I've also realized, I'm like, okay, when those good days happen, don't let it get away from you. Like don't go too far into the goodness and be like, okay, because then for me, like I tend to mess it up and then like I'll feel really guilty and just bad. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It means everything, like I've said. And yeah, I'm gonna work on going a little easier on myself and not really looking too far into the future and worrying about things I can't control, because like I'm always so worried about like what I can and can't control. And then I think when I do that, I'm really worried about what I can and can't control. That's when I kind of let the bad thoughts in, and I let the bad thoughts control what I'm doing. But yeah, I mean, this just feels right. Like this just feels like the right kind of avenue for me, because not that I can't accept more responsibility, but it's just like I just don't know if I'm not necessarily the best, fit for like, like the 9 to 5 kind of like a lot of like, okay, accomplish this, accomplish this, accomplish this, like a lot of different tasks, because I'm like, I kind of struggle mentally sometimes with like those kind of like things, like, okay, like this is what needs to be done, this is what needs to be done. I'm kind of more of a person. I'm like, okay, like somebody has figured it out and they're kind of leading me in the right way. So, and then I feel like I operate a lot better at that level. But yeah, life going good so far. I'm gonna that's another thing I just remembered. I'm gonna make sure to hit at least 2 meetings this upcoming weekend, because I've just been totally slacking on that and have not been going to meetings. And but yeah, so I'm gonna make a point to hit some meetings in the upcoming future. So yeah, we got meetings coming up. We got a doctor's appointment coming up. We got streaming coming up. Some good stuff in the works. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, please, for more videos. I love making them. I really do. I just love being here, just like recording myself, like just kind of talking to you guys. It helps me like understand the thoughts more, and like not really worry about what I can't control, because like a lot of times I'll just be really worried about what I can or cannot control. And I realize I'm like, oh, I can control this. Like I can control my immediate experience, my direct experience with like the universe. I can kind of like direct it almost, and kind of be like, okay, like I got this, and kind of tell myself that. It helps kind of quell a lot of the fears, because I feel like when the fears are kind of running amok, that's when like literally the bad things will like start to happen, because I'm like not letting myself be in good control. So yeah, I mean, like we were saying earlier, like everything's going good, family's doing good, friends are doing good, I'm doing good, and that's the stuff that matters. Remember the 5 things: is family, friends, no order, family, friends, working out, helping yourself, and helping others. Boom, you got it. We got this, guys. We're all gonna make it. And we all have our roles to play in this dance of life. And even though you might not feel like you're doing super good at something right now, just keep on trying, keep on doing, because when you do, good things will happen. And I just want that for all of you guys so badly, and I want it for me too, and I want us all to really prosper and just live our best lives. And I say a lot. Do you guys notice that? Be good to yourselves today, guys. Get some good stuff done. Be awesome. Be respectful. Be honest. Be appreciative. Be thankful. Yeah. I'm feeling okay about this episode. It was an okay episode. Next episode will be better. I promise you. And yeah, I guess that's about it for now. But we got streaming later. We got I got a doctor's appointment I'm gonna kind of prepare mentally for. I like to take a lot of time to like prepare mentally before things. It just helps me, do good, like we all want to do. And so, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe for more. I will see y'all in the next episode. thank you so much. Yeah, we got a couple seconds left. That awkward middle phase. All right, bye guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.